Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
This episode is brought to you by United Airlines. When you want to make the most of your vacation, book with United. They're an airline that cares about your travels as much as you do. United is transforming the flying experience with Bluetooth connectivity, screens, power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to help fit everyone's bag. And with their app, you can skip the bag check line, get live updates, and more. Change the way you fly. Book your next trip today at united.com.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey y'all, I'm JJ.
Hey guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests to share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
It's Fisting Friday. Gotta get fisted on Friday. Don't pretend. Oh no, you can see the mess behind me? No.
Who?
What?
Who can see the mess behind you?
I can, and you can.
I actually can. All I can see is a closet.
Perfect. So, this is a Rebecca Black Stan account.
Okay.
Why are you so quiet?
I have nothing to say.
No, audio-wise.
Well, I had turned it down because I was hearing myself too much.
Oh, okay.
Here. Is it better for you now?
Slightly?
Hello? Oh, I'm turning the wrong thing. I'm turning my volume.
Yeah, you sounded...
Hello? Hello?
Yes.
There
you go. Perfect. I'm like, you're like, I have nothing to say. I'm like, no. Like, decibel level, it's quite low.
Sorry.
That's okay. Welcome to Fisting Friday. Where we are going to catch up, even though we also talked yesterday. Because every time I tried to tell you something yesterday, you said, save it. So
I
rude.
know. I'm sorry, but we got to keep this content juice running. Even if you would have told me, we still would have had plenty to talk about. But
I don't even remember what I was trying to tell you yesterday.
We started talking about Ina Garten.
Yeah, and you kept calling her Edna.
Yeah, but you made a note.
I did. I wrote down that we were going to talk about Ina Garten, about how she recently revealed that her and Jeffrey almost got a divorce, and that she could never understand when people had kids because she had like such a miserable and unhappy like childhood, and like why she wouldn't want to like put that on kids, and then realize that other people didn't have that. And I was like, Ina, we have so many things in common. Crazy.
But I wanted to talk about
her presidential vibe era.
Yeah.
I can't believe you did, like, that was a recent discovery for you.
Because I don't pay attention to her.
Oh, I never take my eyes off of that woman.
She has a pilot certificate.
You can get a lot of shit done when you don't have kids.
She was originally employed by the Federal Power Commission and later at the White House Office of Management and Budget.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, she was assigned to the position of budget analyst. She entailed writing the nuclear energy budget and policy papers on nuclear centrifuge plants for President Ford and Carter.
Yeah, no, I don't just like this bitch because I like her chicken. Like, I like what she stands for. I like her vibe. I like her attitude. I like her candor, and I love her fucking origin story.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a wildly interesting person with like a very interesting life. And even Jeffrey still teaches. And
I don't know who he is at all.
He's
when I say like I will find a recipe on the internet, I don't think I've ever watched the Barefoot
Well,
Contessa.
you're not a Food Network.
I was.
Oh, what
I
would
just
you
didn't
watch?
her.
Are you going to reveal?
I don't want to say who I watched.
Are you going to
because
reveal
they are
who you?
problematic?
That's
now.
actually quite the understatement. Are you going to reveal who your Food Network girl is?
There's several that are problematic that I'm not going to discuss.
Pick the number one. Actually, if you rank them,
My
it might
top
be
two-
it might be in the timeline of their controversies.
The thing is, my top two are extremely problematic.
They're the ones that are. Take a guess, everybody. Take a stab. Where did Melissa grow up?
Look, one of them makes excellent well, both of them make excellent desserts. One of them makes excellent cuisines. Both of them have staple recipes that
who's
still
your
cook.
second one?
Alton Brown.
Oh, I always forget about that. Also, because I never felt bamboozled by him. Do you ever watch him in the what's it called? It wasn't him, but it was supposed to be him, or was it him? Oh, that old. Who does he look like now? He looks like someone. I don't know. There's some other person who he like looks like, and I always thought that Alton Brown was like a full-blown scientist.
Like Bill Nye?
Maybe? I don't know, but whatever it was, that like I
Him
always
and Bill
was,
Nye do have the same type of energy.
Yeah, it
but
might have
Bill
been that.
Nye
And so
is
I was like,
very not him.
no, not at all. Yeah, he always comes from a science-based background, which when a white man is too into science.
But Bill Nye is so into science. You have to
No, but,
remember
like,
that I grew up watching Bill Nye, and so they have very similar vibes.
Energies.
Yes.
Well, Bill Nye the Science Guy, to me, he's teaching us science, but the cooking aspect of the science part, like this, like he does deliver you great recipes.
But I'm a science person. So
No,
you have
exactly.
to- yeah.
I'm saying like that's why like he's great, but it's one of
Yes.
those things where it's like he's not giving us the warm and fuzzy feeling. He's given us the science-based back
But
things.
did you watch his old stuff? It was warm and fuzzy mixed with the science.
Oh, really? Because I've
Yeah.
only ever seen the show where he like really just breaks everything down and it's like really like clinical.
No, it's like a lot of high energy, him like showing things to the camera.
Oh, maybe that's why I did get him and Bill Nye confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old white lady desserts hit different. And also sciencey desserts also hit different. But now I've used my science background and perfected his cinnamon roll recipe.
Oh, that is a good recipe.
Yeah. But now I showed you how big mine got Christmas. And I made gluten-free ones that tasted just as good.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning I want to make some.
Yeah. They take forever to make.
Yeah.
But him and Paula Deen. And the thing with Paula Deen is that you look at Paula Deen and you know that she's racist. There's nothing about her that ever told me that she was not racist. But being from the South, you kind of just coexist with those people.
Yeah.
And you know that they suck, but they have things to share. And people are like, it's because she puts butter in so much thing. Yeah, because butter is delicious in a dessert.
Mm-hmm.
When you are eating a dessert, you're like, oh, this is so buttery and fluffy. Why do you think it's like that?
Because of butter.
Old white lady desserts hit different.
I remember one time I said, I can't believe Paula Deen hasn't, like, the fact that, like, she's still doing stuff. And you said, whoa. I don't want her to go away. Totally. And you were just like, she doesn't need a show, but, like, no,
She
like,
just
don't
needs to
take away the
upload her
recipe.
stuff.
Yeah, you're like, don't take away her platform that far. I was like, oh my God, this is how I discover that you're a Paula Deen apologist.
I am not apologist.
No, but you said the same thing. That you were just like, she's like, you were like, I just don't know why anyone would have been confused. And it's just like, I'm accepting that that's who she is because I never felt deceived by her whatsoever. But like, why are you then going to punish us and take away her recipe?
Right. And they're still, I think they went away for a brief moment on Food Network, but they're all back up now.
Yeah. You know who TikTok is having a renaissance with is my other Food Network girl. Sandra Lee, semi-homemade.
And she's making new videos now too.
She is like, those are the two polar opposite ends of my taste. So we've Ina Garten, who is someone I actually trust, who makes like delicious food, who has a refined palate, who is literally refuses to have any guests on her show, refuses to do any of the gimmicks. She said, take it or leave it. You can come into my home. We will shoot in my I'm not going on location nowhere. The only people we're inviting over is my 3 gay friends. There will be no children present at any time. And we're cooking the same thing for Jeffrey every single week. We're going to redo the same recipes. And the Food Network is like, okay, if you insist. And then you have Sandra Lee, who says,
chaos.
I'll do whatever you want for money. And they said, what if we do an episode themed around cranberries? And she said, sure. And they said, make something inedible. And she goes, perfect, can do that. Like the way that she's never questioned, like anything they've told her to do, they say jump, she says how high.
Also the way that she's like, we're going to pour a little alcohol in here. And she pours the whole bottle for a punch.
Uh-huh. Almost, how do you think she gets through these work days of them making her make these Play-Doh recipes?
She looks great.
No, she looks gorgeous and she sells it, which I'm like, the fact that she should have gotten so much more work purely from her roles on the Food Network to be like, she is selling a fantasy. She's like, put her on the fucking Victoria's Secret runway. This bitch is selling a fucking fantasy. And it's so, it's delusional. And we all know it. And she's like, it's fucking hilarious. And I love it. And I think that we need both of those things on the Food Network.
Agree.
And those are my 2 favorite. Mats refuses to watch. He hates her.
Why?
Because it stresses him out.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, you're not supposed to eat it. You're supposed to laugh.
You're supposed to laugh. See, and the thing is, like, Ina is so calm that it stresses me out. I'm like, do something. Excite me.
If you watch her full show, you'll see certain times where she's like, now we're going to pour half a cup in. And she goes, that was a little more than half a cup. Oh, it'll be fine. But my favorite is when she talks about children. And she was like, my friends are coming over because none of us have kids and we can actually do fun things. Like, she's like subtly so shady and so funny. And then the best part is she'll make something that's like so complicated. And then she'll go, how easy was that? And then she looks at you going like, wasn't easy at all. Like, it's just funny. Like, and she's so set in her ways, which I respect too. Like, she's so committed to only doing what she wants to do. She cannot be produced. And I love that. Versus Sandra Lee. Industry plant.
At the wall.
Yeah. Full industry plant. And I love that. That's like one of my favorites. So I'll try and find some good Ina videos of like her being funny so you can watch those.
It's unnecessary.
Okay. That's fair. That's like the life I want to lead though. Like I know. It's my dream. It's my dream. Do you want to hear about my nightmare?
No.
Can I please tell you?
Absolutely not.
No, it's not a nightmare that happened when I was sleeping. It's
I'm just being a bitch.
I know. It's something that happened when I was awake.
So day nightmare?
No, it's actually unfortunately just called my reality.
A day-mare.
So, see, I'm even questioning if I want to bring it up because right now there's only 2 people in the world who know that this happened. And so I'm doing a very good job at forgetting it has existed.
Okay, we can cut it out if it's too much.
So yesterday, well, I'll just give a little backstory. We've had some mice.
Oh, God.
And we all know what that means. Yeah, asterisk. But we're not calling them that because once we get to this story, it's actually really even harder for me to swallow that. So I've been telling Mats that we should get some more mouse traps. Like, they're not up in the house at all now, knock on wood. But I can hear through like the vents, I can hear them in our garden level, like our quote unquote basement or whatever down there. And I told Mats, I was like, oh, last time I was down there or last time he was down there, he saw one in one of the traps. And I was like, we need to get some more traps. And I can hear them kind of like rustling around sometimes late at night. And he went to go grab the laundry and he was like, I saw one down there. You're right. I'm going to go get some more traps. And then he saw he saw one climbing up a tree. And I think I might have to turn to arson and burn our entire home and all of our trees to the ground, because what do you mean I could just be... Thank God it was at night. They're not doing it during the day. But like, if I looked up in a canopy of trees, thank God the arborists are here today, and I just saw a RAT, I would have to end it all. Like, I'm just not okay. And that paired with the fact that when I was replanting a couple things in the garden, because I was like, oh no, these are like, you know, they weren't doing as well. And I was like, I need to like readjust the positioning of them. And I saw some grubs, disgusting, and found out that those are what the giant fig beetles turn into. Like, that's where they come from. Mm-hmm. So I've been picking them out of the garden and throwing them. Turns out that mole rats, as well as the second half of that word, will go and dig in your planters to try and eat those. So nature is beautiful. I love my garden, but boy, oh boy, am I happy that I have my beekeeping suit. And I don't think I'm going to be taking it off at any time soon.
So do you think that you were talking about how they were getting to your figs? Do you think it's actually the rats that were getting to your figs?
No, those are, that was squirrels, because I could see the squirrels.
Okay.
And the fig tree is not to be terrifying to everybody in regards to size. The fig tree is actually not strong enough to withstand these the stockiness of the RATS. It's a little too willowy. But thankfully, this is like a new thing. And it's also mostly because I think the fact that it's been getting cold at night again, and that's like when those bitches come out to play. So
what are we doing now?
We're getting traps. We got our trees trimmed, and that's the whole thing. We knew we needed to get our trees trimmed because we've had like just random animals like crawling on the roof, because all of our trees right now have formed a canopy and they all connect. So you can go from one tree to another tree to another tree, all the way to the house, to the garage, to all of that. And so we've now trimmed them all, so you can't just leap between. And the other thing we're doing is forgetting about it.
Okay.
So, and for the grubs, I don't fucking know. I'm having to go through and individually like take all of them out. And then I have to plant things that like hopefully deter them.
Okay.
Being crunchy in granola is just like not for the weak. Then I'm not crunchy or granola at all.
I'm sorry, you're not crunchy or granola, but when you said crunchy, I was just thinking about the grubs. Because in Lion King, when Timon and Pumbaa are eating it, that's all I think about.
Melissa, I've eaten them before, which is why I'm having a hard time reconciling with that in Ecuador.
Oh.
And I don't know those grubs, so those grubs are very different to me. But
Why
now
don't you
that I
start eating them, and then
no, Melissa, we can't. We actually can't. We can't. Melissa, we actually can't, because I made a dense bean salad yesterday, and I have been dealing with the diet. Yes, but also anytime I am excessively pooping, there's a little bit of nausea, and I don't want to lean into that.
Okay.
So those are my updates for you. It's been a time. How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah, not great, but I'm fine. Some bad stuff happened this week.
Yep.
Some heartbreaking things happened this week, and I'll leave it at that.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a co-founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. During her journey, Isla meets new friends, including King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, and learns valuable life lessons with every quest, sword fight, and dragon ride. Positive and uplifting stories remind us all about the importance of kindness, friendship, honesty, and positivity. Join me and an all-star cast of actors, including Liam Neeson, Emily Blunt, Kristen Bell, Chris Hemsworth, among many others, in welcoming the Search for the Silver Lining podcast to the Go Kid Go network by listening today. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
Should we talk about our king on Dancing with the Stars?
Who's our king on Dancing with the Stars? I know who our queen is, but who's our king? The little glasses boy. Oh, sorry.
Bitch, we've been talking about him all day.
I would think about him more as Papa.
The grandfather. Reginald Val Johnson is almost making me start watching Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah. What a sweet man. A kind, sweet man.
He looks like I'm remembering what happiness is like. Like, I'm looking at him going like, I got to get my life together because I actually haven't felt like this in so long. Like, he is beaming with joy and he's having so much fun. And I will say, like, that does make me a little emotional because there are some celebrities who go on Dancing with the Stars and they have so much fun. Mm-hmm. And then I have to grapple with the fact that, like, they can't do this forever. Like, this is just a moment in time. And it's devastating. And I want to know, how do you feel about the fact that your guy has actually never been on Dancing with the Stars?
Who?
DVD. Dick.
Because, like, he has an unfair advantage.
No, he actually has, all of those dancers have, like, studied him.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fair.
They put Brittany from Glee when she was on Glee. I mean, they put Heather Morris. Yeah, Heather Morris on it. But I specifically mean, I think she was still playing, or she was fresh off Brittany from Glee. So, like, she was fresh off. She wasn't even rusty. Like, she was rusty being a Beyonce backup dancer, but she was not rusty from the, what do they call them? The Cheerios. Sick. Love that.
Yeah. I just think it'd be, I mean, we'd all tune in. We all would. The world would. It would be called Dancing with the Stars Universe. And he would be too good and he would win and he would make everybody else too nervous and they'd all be just like gushing over him the whole time.
And he would go, guys, I'm just like all of you. We're just here to dance.
And then he'd do his shoulders, like shrug them up and do a little goofy move and then twist around. I love him.
I love that you love him.
Anna Delvey got off already.
Dude, it was actually unsettlingly weird to watch her on that. And like I said it from the beginning, like specifically as people who live in California, which is like a huge immigrant population, the fact that she called up ICE and was like, hey, can I like stay for that? Like, and they're like, sure. Fucking insane. Like fucking insane to me. And then for her to like be truly so ungrateful, but also what's her name? Garner, the girl who played her, not Victoria Garner. Julia. Mm-hmm. Julia Garner, may you always be famous, because the fact that I had a hard time remembering that was not an actress playing Anna Delvey, that was Anna Delvey herself. I was waiting for Anna Chlumsky, whatever, for her to like pop out and be like, this was all just a bit. We're doing, this is season 2. And she was like,
imagine Shondaland writes the next season and it includes this.
I would die for that.
Or if it's just like one episode, like it's like a
holiday special,
mm-hmm.
A mirror ball special. Yeah. Like it was just crazy. And you would think that after there's literally been a dramatized version of You that was a hit television show that showed you, like very few people can actually watch their actions. Very few people can like watch how people perceive them. Mm-hmm. To stand in it and go, no, that's just who I am and I'm not changing for anybody. I'm like, what did we think we were getting out of this?
I don't know. And she's so nonchalant about everything. And I'm like, I know I'm chill, but like, how?
No, I need to know if there's been some assistance.
But that's how she always is.
I know. And I'm like
from Gel, she was the same way. So I just think that's how she is.
Wow. I wonder what her resting heart rate is. Like 4. Like it's just
-4.
Yeah. Like it's just like, hello. Like hello.
Man. But she's out.
So quickly.
And
I like Pommel Horse Boy.
Yeah.
He's committing.
He's very much committing.
He's really committing. And also it is, and I don't say this to be, mean anything negative, but it is so interesting to see a male gymnast in the wild, because so often like we see female gymnasts, and I also just understand women's bodies more. The way that when this man sometimes does these dances, I go, I don't know if those legs are going to be able to hold you up. Like he's so strong. Like his upper body is so incredibly strong. And the way he moves his legs is so quick. And I'm like, holy shit. Like I'm just waiting for him to topple over, because I'm like, he won't. He's so aware of his body and all of that. But like, you don't see, like, they don't get to do their little dancey dance moves. And like your hot take saying like, we need a little bit more of that in it. I was like, turns out they can actually give it to us. I didn't believe that they necessarily could. And he is showing they can.
You should have believed Black women, first of all. But second,
I specifically meant him.
But I knew he could do it. I'm happy. Have you seen this, like, I don't know the name of it, but it's like a traveling gymnast concert that's going on?
Oh,
and
Melissa,
Simone
that's
and
been
Jordan,
around.
I'm aware. I just didn't think that.
Yeah, you want to head to the Staples Center and watch them do that?
I just didn't think that Simone and Jordan would participate.
Oh, no, they do. We can head on over to LA Live and see them do your Chango double twist.
Yes.
No, it's remarkable. It's what is it called? It's Olympian. Go for the goal.
Something like that.
Yeah. No, they've been doing this. They also do. They did one for figure skating, which made a lot more sense to me. The first time I ever saw videos of this touring gymnastics, where there's mood lighting, and I was like, is this safe to have mood lighting when they're doing a vault? Like, that's a little crazy. But you see them just like flip around, and it's kind of like just watching PE class, and I kind of loved that.
I'm like Simone was like, I don't want to go to all these football games. Let me go do something.
No, let me go flip around in like random gymnasiums.
Gold over America is what
exactly. I was like, it's something dramatic like that. But like, she like just goes to like gymnasiums in like Iowa, does a couple backflips to like some good music, and like bitches lose their minds.
Yeah.
I love that for them.
And it literally says starring Simone Biles.
Yes. It truly is starring Simone Biles.
What a time.
Well, they also do Dancing with the Stars goes on tour.
Well, I know that. That makes sense to me.
I think Reginald's really excited for that part. I would cry. He has like no idea how famous he is. Should we go see the Gold Over America?
It's not coming here. I already looked.
It's not?
If it did, it already came.
I was like, there's no way they skipped us. They definitely started here then.
Yeah, it's not nowhere close to us.
Damn. Sponsored by Powerade and K18. Nice sponsors, guys. The rest of them I don't know.
Wow. Is Jordan still in school or is she done?
She's no. She said
she's still in.
She's going back.
Let's go to UCLA meet them.
I would those.
I know they're long.
No. Listen, I'm saying I would go because they're long, but in the city of Los Angeles, those bitches have fantastic musical taste. So not only will we enjoy the songs that they're doing it to, the in-between songs, I'm like, we're coasting. We're totally solid. And it's going to be so fucking good. And I don't know if there's been a year that's gone by where at least one UCLA gymnast hasn't done a Beyonce medley.
And a lot of times it's Jordan.
No, I know. I was like, they've never stopped. They've been like, we respect her here as a Bruin. We are a part of the Beehive. And I could see it. Let's see how much the tickets for Gold Over America is. How much are these girls making?
Well, I clicked to see, and it prompted me to say, are you a real fan? Why has this happened?
Why are they questioning you?
There are several reasons why this could have occurred. It's like, I don't understand.
What?
Do you love Disney? Then you are going to love our hit podcast, Disney Countdown. I'm Megan, the Magical Millennial.
And I'm the Dapper Danielle.
On every episode of our fun and family-friendly show, we count down our top 10 lists of all things Disney. There is nothing we don't cover.
We are famous for rabbit holes, Disney-themed games, and fun facts you didn't know you needed, but you definitely need in your life. So if you're looking for a healthy dose of Disney magic, check out Disney Countdown wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey everyone, join me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa DeMonts, for Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong?
Each week, we deliver 4 fun-filled shows.
In Don't Blame Me, we tackle our listeners' dilemmas with hilariously honest advice.
Then we have But Am I Wrong, which is for the listeners that didn't take our advice. Plus, we share our hot takes on current events.
Then tune in to see you next Tuesday for our listener poll results from But Am I Wrong?
And finally, wrap up your week with Fisting Friday, where we catch up and talk all things pop culture.
Listen to Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Merry Christmas, everybody! My name is Eric Peterson. I'm here with my good buddy,
Danny Jordan.
And we are the hosts of Christmas Countdown Show.
We're so thrilled to be bringing the merriment to you all this holiday season. On Christmas Countdown, we love to count down our top 10 favorite things related to the holiday season. That could be food, movies, music, everything that we all love about this massively merry good time. So wherever you get your podcasts, make sure you click that subscribe button. Eric, are you ready?
I am ready, and we hope that you are too. Merry Christmas, everybody! Let's go!
Speaking of a tour I really want to go see, but I don't know if I'm ready to shell out the money. But Mott's is as someone who loves gift giving, he's like, we should do it. The Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah. I enjoy her.
She's creating a theatrical experience.
Mm-hmm. I've been watching clips.
It's
great.
So cute.
And then have you seen her and Christina Aguilera?
Yeah. It did.
Yep.
And I am so happy for her.
I'm happy that she's hanging out with her mom, as she called her.
She was so excited to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all anybody should be saying, because she's just happy to be there.
Not just happy, she's ecstatic.
She's ecstatic to be there. And I think the fact that we're coming for her, and I go, well, there's a reason why she's excited to be there. We're all aware. We're all aware. Nobody is delusional in thinking this. Don't engage with the stands who are trying to claim X, Y, and Z. Okay?
Yep. She's
Just let her
happy to be there.
Let her be happy to be there.
Christina Aguilera also looks genuinely happy that she's there.
I know. And
she hates everybody.
I was going to say, I don't want to sound surprised, but
no, I'm surprised because she hates. I've heard
on
so
record.
Many. Yes.
On record. She almost did the J-Lo level interview of saying fuck this bitch.
I've heard her talk about people, and then I've heard so many people saying the worst celebrity experience that they've had was with her. So I was shocked.
I was shocked. The only time I've ever heard people who have good celebrity experiences is with her. People going, well, I just want to go. I wasn't expecting anything because she doesn't have to be nice to me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
And when I say people who say it's their worst celebrity experience, these are also celebrities.
Yeah, Britney Spears has been
not just her. There are so
Pink,
many.
Who else? Everyone else. But she reminds me.
Pink hates her.
Yeah, no, Pink hates her hard.
Yeah.
Pink also hates a lot of things.
Yes.
But it gives that reminiscent of that J-Lo interview when she was like, Salma Hayek, a whore. Claire Danes, a stupid bitch.
Yes.
She goes through the list. Christina Aguilera has almost done that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think Andy likes her. Andy Cohen.
No. Andy Cohen's talked bad about her.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that is
And
someone
then
who likes shady bitches.
When people are on and they have a Christina Aguilera story,
he
makes
wants
them tell it.
He literally is a giddy little boy going we got to talk about it.
Fanning them, covering his mouth like he's so shocked.
He ignores the other guest and he goes, I'm so sorry. We have a fellow Christina hater in the building. Step aside. And then it's let's talk about how big of a bitch she is.
Yes.
And that's the thing. I firmly believe if you are talented, I don't need you to be nice.
No.
And you have to have a level of talent, and you have to be funny mean. And also you can't be a Nazi. It can't be from a place of specific aimed prejudice. Yes. It has to come from a place of I'm just a cunt.
With her though, she idolizes Cher.
Yeah.
And I think she's trying to be Cher, but Cher just exists.
Cher's aloof. That's the big difference.
There's a difference, but she tries to be aloof too.
Yeah.
At some points, but you're not Cher. Just be Christina.
And
but at this point, Christina's just Christina.
and she's carving her own little niche, which is impressive in itself. Because I think you can choose one of two diva paths. You can choose a Mariah Carey diva path. Or,
I would go 3.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say you could do of the old school. You could do a Cher. You could do oh my God, what's her name?
Diana Ross.
Evita.
Madonna?
No, the one who originated the role and who hates Madonna.
Okay.
Patti LuPone. Okay. So I was going to say you could be Cher, you could be a Patti LuPone, and then you have Mariah Carey, who's an in-between. She's still shady like Patti LuPone, but she is actually aloof when it comes to certain things, and she'll be intentionally pretending to be aloof.
But also, people love her.
Well, exactly, because she has the talent to back it up.
But people love her personality, whereas Christina Aguilera, nobody loves her personality.
No, because unfortunately, she started beefing with Britney Spears when they were about 7.5 years old. And that just felt a little odd because it wasn't like we were having Patti come after Madonna doing a video version. We actually have the girls fighting over Justin Timberlake at the Mickey Mouse Club. And then you would think that we would grow out of that. And then we didn't. And that was the part that was a little surprising. But her talent kept increasing. And so now I'm fine.
Yeah. I've always been fine because I'm just people can be people, but it's just funny how people try to emulate certain people and they try too hard. And the one version is likable and the other version isn't.
Mm-hmm. But no, I just like Sabrina Carpenter. Pat yourself on the back because I've actually never seen Christina Aguilera look happy.
Me either.
I've never seen that girl smile.
She's literally sitting. First of all, I saw the video of them first where she was like, "I'm with my mom," and I was like, "Oh, like Christina actually let you take a picture with her? Okay, cool." But then I didn't know it was a whole.
No, it was a production,
like, performance. And then when I saw the videos of them sitting next to each other on a couch with microphones, and I was like, she actually likes her because like Christina doesn't do this for anyone.
No, the closest I've seen was her talking to Kelly Clarkson, and that's because she wasn't looking at Kelly Clarkson with contempt. She wasn't looking at her with adoration or love. She also doesn't know a single Kelly Clarkson song, I promise you. She probably had some in her earpiece, learned about it before, but like, she clearly didn't want to piss like Kelly Clarkson off. Like, she was like, I have no problem with this girl. But the fact that, to me, I went, holy shit, Christina Aguilera is a sweetheart. To then go to Sabrina Carpenter, I was like, wow. I didn't know you could get better than saying, essentially giving off the vibe of, I don't actively hate this woman, to then going like, she was smiling at her. She wasn't even sneering at her.
No.
It was an earnest, genuine smile. Sabrina Carpenter, you have been blessed. Like, no one will be able to tell me shit after that.
Like Sabrina said, Jesus was also a carpenter, and clearly she's been anointed.
God bless America. And God
Just
bless the
keep
sweetener
her
tour.
away from the
Oh, not sweetener. Sorry. That's Ariana Grande. It's short and sweet. Sorry.
Ariana is also short and short.
And she's carving a whole other sector for her personality.
But Mariah loves Ariana.
Exactly, because she's a Mariah variant.
Yes. All right.
Okay. Bye.
Well, bye.
Welcome to the small town of Chinook, where faith runs deep and secrets run deeper. In this new thriller, religion and crime collide when a gruesome murder rocks the isolated Montana community. Everyone is quick to point their fingers at a drug-addicted teenager, but local deputy Ruth Vogel isn't convinced. She suspects connections to a powerful religious group. Enter federal agent V.B. Lauro, who has been investigating a local church for possible criminal activity. The pair form an unlikely partnership to catch the killer, unearthing secrets that leave Ruth torn between her duty to the law, her religious convictions, and her very own family. But something more sinister than murder is afoot, and someone is watching Ruth. Chinook, starring Kelly Marie Tran and Sanaa Lathan. Listen to Chinook wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural Then and Now.
I'm Laura Cathcart-Robbins, and I'm the host and creator of Only One in the Room podcast. Every week, my co-host Scott Slaughter and I invite you to join us for an hour and lose yourself in someone's incredible Only One story. We talk to the realest of real people, dealing with issues like infertility, addiction, human trafficking, and body shaming. Oh, and we want to be fair, so we talk to some celebrities too. Oscar winners, New York Times bestselling authors, supermodels, and even the most decorated U.S. Winter Olympian. Everyone is invited to share their Only One story with our listeners. This podcast is for anyone who has ever felt alone in a room full of people, which is to say that this podcast is for everyone. Download Only One in the Room wherever you listen to podcasts today.